Cheese! Look at that, look at that. Oh yeah. Scaffold rig. Look at that. Nutty sauce everywhere, yeah? The net pole is now in the opposite direction. Proper memories. Calm down, you silly sausage. Isn't it beautiful, eh? What a place. Already finished just over a month ago doing the underwater new series. But if you would like to learn how to get the very best from a holiday session, then hopefully this, a year on, as the lake becomes more mature, can help you if you come to Millhayes or go to similar lakes with some stunning carp in it and you want to get the very, very best from your trip. Irrespective of conditions, you can only do your best, you can only try your best, but you've got to do some little simple steps, I believe, to twinkle or tinkle or winkle a fish or two whilst you're on your trip, whilst trying to also have some quality time with the family. So in here, so this is the smallest bucket we do in the One More Cast range of buckets. And in here, I've got a mixture of the ice cream and paella pellets, which is a mixture of sizes, 6 and 8 mil, and some little smaller ones as well that won't be coming out, but I've got them soaked. And then the boilies themselves. Now, what you're going to realise when you see this bait or get it in your hands for the first time is just the richness and the absolute quality. So this is the ice cream. Now the moisture content, because these are packed, obviously, this is, I say obviously, some of you might never have seen this. This is a nut, a milk sort of, I don't know, milky aroma bait, but it is packed with water soluble aminos, nut extracts, and it is just a divine bait. I mean, moisture and the ability to almost turn it into paste, and then you have the paella, which is the savoury, if you like, fish meal. But in this was one of the key parts to make a fish meal that is actually going to work 365 days of a year, be super soluble, super digestive. And again, this is a stabilised bait. I will never degrade it by calling it a shelf life, even though it won't go off if you keep it in your van. But this is absolutely enriched with enzymes, aminos, meat powders, fish meals, and look, with my finger I can turn it back into paste. That is just next level. And I'm just going to go and literally just go and put a drizzle all along what I think could be spots around the wonderful Millhayes. Look how high that sun is now. At the beginning of May, one of the most magical times in the fishing calendar. So I've got no cameraman with me, so you'll have to bear with. So it'll be a lot of me and then me flipping the camera. So I'm going to come down to this swim. I know from memory this has got a lovely gravel shelf, and because I'm going to be, you know, setting traps around the margins, I'm just going to start drizzling that bait in, so you get a feel for how I bait. So wait there, I'll turn the camera, go, a little bit of bait, and this is what I mean. So when I talk about spreads, just talking a little bit like that, just get them looking for it. Nothing major, a little bit in this corner. I don't, you know, as I say, I don't know where that's going, what it's landing on. I just want to get fish creeping around the margins, looking for OMC bait. We already know they have a taste for the paella on the ice cream on here, following the incredible underwater success that you'll get to see in the future. But yeah, just little drizzles, just get them searching. And down there is our commercial director, Kieran, and he's fishing in what I believe is called Fisherman's Lodge, which is actually where we did the underwater filming. And because that's the bigger lodge over there where my family is, I'm fishing in front of there, but as I say, no rods out tonight. I'm just going to creep around. I don't believe I'll end up putting all of this out, but see, I'm going to walk quite a long way with it. Honestly, time invested in your session, not putting the rods out, and just that first period, just going around, drizzle a bit of bait in. Millhayes Lakes, I love you, by the way. Love this place. So yeah, you know, I could be in a rush to get the rods out and just get them in there and start fishing, but I think that little bit of prior prep, just getting them going for it. Can you see it? Look at that, look at that. Oh, look, it's just gonna break the surface. Yeah, look at that. Look at that, they're just drifting about. Beautiful stuff. I'm putting that bait in clean, straight out of the bag, as you would buy it. When I start fishing, I will use the bait mate. I'll show you that. Crumb a bit up, get a little bit of texture there, leave a bit of legacy. Them pellets are going to do that for me anyway overnight. Get them looking, clean bait. And I learned as well from doing the underwater filming here that maggots, worms, there's so many little perch in here that they're kind of pointless. You're putting them in, they're going to get decimated, and actually you're fishing with a single if you use just them. So boilies and pellet, and that's great for this lake as well, because the perch are going to keep the sort of small fry at bay. The biomass will get retained, and these fish are going to get really big in here, I think. Already fit well, loads over 40, well I say loads, a few over 40, lots of 30s. Something pretty special, this place. Carp everywhere. They're really spread. See them in this corner now, look. Under that floating weed. They're everywhere. Beautiful. Beautiful. Now time for some bait prep with Millhayes Hamidi. Okay, so you do squeeze your bottle now. You're going to put hang on. Nutty sauce everywhere, yeah? Look, here we go. Here we go. Get it on. Get it on. Get it on, yeah? Everywhere we go. Oh, look at that. Gravy. Gravy. Northerners love gravy. Thoroughly mixed. Lovely. Right, next in this very wonderful step-by-step involving a 2.5-year-old is, here we go, put them in there, yeah, put them in there, okay, close the lid. They're done. Okay, Mummy, unscrew the lid, please. There you go. Lovely. So all that moisture in that bait is going to come out. There you go. And we're going to sprinkle it onto that loose feed, aren't we now? Lovely. Yep. Push it out. Excellent. Just when you needed a hand, it came. There you go. Lovely, lovely, lovely. There you go. Who needs a bait spoon when you've got a daughter? Bait mate, a little bit of boilie crumb over the gravy, and you're going to get a lovely textured bait like that. Well, sort of first light. Kieran has caught one. As you'll see down here, there is my pod. But no rods on it, because I didn't fish last night as I had tried to allude. It was a case of just trickling a bit of bait And today will be spent with the family. We'll go out somewhere. I'm going to go and trickle a little bit more bait in now and just get these fish looking around in this area of the lake for a little bit of grub. Just smooching around, getting some piler and ice cream down their throats, bit of pellet. 6 in the morning, family are all still asleep. See where I've slept, there's the noble, so just put that there, so do my little tackle workshop, if you like, to do the rods and the rigs. I always sleep on the mezzanine, not the mezzanine, you know what I mean, just on the front, so I love it. My wife and daughter in the room, and then I'm on the front like the guard dog. So yeah, it gives me the best of both worlds. No bivvy set up, just a noble. So yeah, let's go and trickle a little bit more bait in now, because shortly the family will be up and there'll be noise and disturbance. So I'll just go and take the bucket and the spoon, just go and put a little bit more bait in, just get them having a little look. Little bit of paella and ice cream for the carp, that's what we want. Get them searching for it, because I know they love it on here. After the bait drizzling was complete, it was off to see Mr. Kieran Ryder's first fish of the trip, safely retained for a little while in the PB sling. Absolute bar of goodness. Yeah. Dogs are us. Peter. Wee! Look at that. Absolutely spellbinding fish in this gaff. What are you saying, Kieran boy?
Paella.
Oh, you're saying paella. The man of very few words, but paella. Paella, wafter, pinky dinky. They're going to be available in mixed dumbbell colours. Pink, you know more than me. Red and pinks?
Yeah, red and pink, yellow and white.
There you go. That was on a pink one. And that is a very colourful, beautiful puppy Labrador sniffing a mic. She goes in the PB sling. Well, I was stood on these very bits of grass doing very similar a month ago. Let's hope the trip is as good as that. With the fish safely returned, I went to see some other owls in the shape of alpacas at Pennywell Farm, and then with a little bit of pig playing, and then ironically back to Millhayes to enjoy the famous Mr. Hamidi, or Bubba as we call him, kebabs. Now, lots of my friends in the fishing world have been fortunate enough to enjoy the Hamidi barbecues, and this man is a legend. Here he is putting together the Persian kebab kubide. Anyone who loves Persian cuisine will know how special this kebab is, and I was really looking forward to enjoying it, as were the family, getting into the vibes of Millhayes. This is Grandma Eunice enjoying love, Grandad Tim getting ready, getting the coals at the ready. And Minnie Hamidi giving us an update on the moon phase. She's already learning the importance of it when it comes to fishing. I think I saw some hater troll call this the scaffold rig. I tell you what, my pal, you can call it whatever you like, because it is the best carp rig ever to have faced carp. And we will just keep using it, and you keep calling it a scaffold rig. We'll catch the fish, and you keep cocking around with the old conventional lead systems, because this thing is another level. Now we've got a nice battle in weed. It was Saturday evening and the rods hadn't been even out an hour and one was away. The goalpost spot rod, as I call it. Come on in. This candy flossy weed pops up this time of year, famously on Millhayes, but you do have to have the confidence to just be able to fish in it, real confidence in the dance floor monofilament, and once you are in contact with a fish, if it does ever lock up, the key is not to keep pumping. Even though here you can see me pumping, I am in contact with the fish, but anytime I feel it lock up, I tend to just stop and then just ease back, just walk backwards slowly. Don't pump, don't keep lowering the rod up and down. But the beauty of the magic wand is that you will stay in contact even if you have a snag or something between you and the fish. That little bungee effect in the magic wand, that spring will keep the connection. So even if your line is not going directly to the fish or the hooked fish, you have the added insurance of knowing the magic wand has not only helped you hook a fish, but it's also now helping keep the hook in place while you agonizingly try to retrieve it slowly back through the weed. And as you can see here, just steady pressure wins the day. Just keep easing it back. Patience is a virtue. No pumping, keep walking. Just keep them. Right, can we get this in? I may be better off soon hand lining it. Come on. Now, we're going to do the art of handballing shortly. Now, the art of hand lining in the final stages. Just watch this unfold. It's like the old days, childhood of... Right, look, reel a bit, Em, reel a bit, take the slack up. Yeah, just wind a little bit as I take the slack up, yeah. It does help when your wife's on hand to hold the rod and Mr. Ryder is holding the camera. Follow the instructions. Where's the radio? Right, okay. Is that call free? No. Can't be official, surely. Yeah, she's there. Got it? Yeah. Wait there, Em. Wait there. I believe the saying goes, by any means possible. This is very unauthenticated netting. I think, Kieran, the net pole is now in the opposite direction. A quick strip and it was time to check if there was a fish in the net. And now what I'm going to do, yes, there you go. And there's the lock hook. Right, unhooked. Right, okay. Coming for a picture? Come on. It's quite big. Fishies. Come and stand next to me. Come next. Come this to the tail. It was fair to say this first fish of the trip pretty much sums up life these days. Utter carnage, but fun at the same time. Proper memories. It's all right. It's okay. Let's get back. Let's get back.
Entertaining.
Landing fish without the rod, without the black pearl. Hand lining, core free. Good advert for core free.
Back to front net.
Back to front net. Head first. That is a childhood of playing fish and weed, mate. That's what happens. You work out everything required. Here we go. The place where the original roll mat was photographed, and now, after the most bizarre battle, this little character, which is probably about, what are you giving me, 23s? Yeah? Low 20. Low 20. But good little advert of how to play fish and weed. There you go, flap your way back, Mel. Go and have happy shagging, mate. It's going to start soon. Go get yourself a lovely old bird. Make plenty of eggs. No, you milk and she'll create the eggs, and then there'll be more beautiful carp born. Well, you know when things are getting fruity, when I end up like this. I'm a state. Cluck has been thrown to one side. Got a very special swivel on here. Now, if spinner swivels couldn't get any more special, this is actually a very, very special little device, incredibly. They'll make it spin even more spinny than spinny can do. And I am actually going to set it up with a very buoyant pop-up that's coming in our range that are just very buoyant. So it'll suit this quite well. I'd say it's about 20% bigger than a standard spinner swivel that you're going to get from the Vitabits range. So it'll need a big pop-up, but then it will spin like Torval and Dean. Let's go pink. Pink ice cream. Oh yeah. We already know, well, we've already seen doing the underwater filming here, they love the wafter, the ice cream, pink wafters were flyers. They love the paella here, they love both the boilies as far as loose feed's concerned and the pellets. But yeah, here we go. It's quite a nice raised pop-up that. I sort of feel like this time of year, just if something comes sneaking around, that could get kaboomed. Big old bait. I caught well on pop-ups this time last year on the family OMC office trip. And I've used wafters since because of the success on the underwater filming. And I caught the carp within the first sort of hour of putting the rods out for the first time yesterday on a wafter. But I feel like because of the success underwater, I want to try to be selective, and I do think pop-ups can be. Not going to need any putty on that. The next job, which is pulling the magic wand in position, and then I'm going to secure it with the new PVA cable ties. So the cable ties, dream to use really, because they're made, look if you can see here. They're made to go absolutely flush in that slot on the magic wand. See that? Look, that's as flush as you can get. Bosh. Because I'm about to put a big old ball of paste around it, and that's a big hook bait, and I'm going to nail it in one cast straight onto the edge of the island. See that well? Obviously the great thing with a PVA cable tie, you can just bite the bit off. There you go. Scaffold rig, ready to go again. The scaffold rig that catches carp everywhere it goes. Tricky, difficult, or well stocked, you're catching more carp with magic wand. Absolutely guaranteed, without fail. Let's get right to that post. That's better. Let's drop there as well. It's all clear there. I was on the float fishing leg, and Mr. Ryder has gone and helped himself to what appears to be a specimen caught from, I reckon, just where?
10 yards.
10 yards out?
Yeah.
10 yards out. So that is what we call in the game a margin browser. Look, evidence. His right hand black pearl. One of one reel. Little powerhouses, them things. Pure power. They've got incredible retrieve on them, I think, for a little thing, haven't they?
Yeah, good retrieve, and ball of weed as well.
Ball of weed, yep. This is just like floating weed, so it tends to clog up on the top of the leader or tubing as you retrieve the fish, so it hits the first point of entry, and then it's a little mini football pitch, but just keep walking, folks. Right, let's see what we've got. Got some pictures as well for our little Millhayes bank holiday vlog. What a beauty. What a beauty. Let's have a little move along that lovely carp. Look at them, they are absolute belters, them prairie fish. What we say, Kieran?
What ice cream pop up? Slip D, one rig.
Yeah. We need to check out some of your techers because you has got some techers in it. Organic techers. That is almost that is a smile, isn't it, Jazz?
It is a smile.
Is that a smile, Jazz?
Yes, it is a smile. He loves a smile when he comes out with a fish.
It's about the only summer smile.
It is.
Right, let's get started. It'll be getting heavy for you now. So you are at, call it 33 dead on the thing. Take have you zeroed it or take
No, 5-1.
Take 5-1 off. So that was a 28 pounder, I believe, if my maths is correct, roughly.
Correct.
Got some sound effects from Millhayes Hamidi. Don't know where she gets it from. Lovely. It's a special one-line closing to this thing.
I've got nothing.
Don't worry, we've got some special Hamidi celebrations. Might get you talking. Celebrating Kieran Ryder's capture is Bubbles. She. Whoa! Whoa! We didn't have this when we were doing underwater every time a fish was caught. This is such a much better celebration. How are you finding that, Kieran? Bubbles whilst retying your rigs?
I've retied rigs in bubbles before. New experience for everything.
Here's a little closer look at Kieran's rig. So he uses a slip D spinner. So ties the slip D with shrink tube, and then it's on the kickback links. So yeah, and then there's a white ice cream pop-up with a brown bait blob, and more interestingly, he likes to tie his rigs over his wife's crosswords. So that is an edge, isn't it?
Yeah, smart, clever, easy to tie.
Yeah. I mean, it's the actual crossword element.
It's definitely a word search.
Here he is. This is Kieran's bum, and right. So even the coolest man in carp fishing, Kieran Ryder.
That's me.
Were you a believer in paste around the lead, or were you open-minded, or were you always a believer of this type of thing?
Always a believer from the method fishing. You know it's going to work, and with the floating weed here, I want all the weight as well I can get, as well as the attraction, to keep the lead and the rig still.
So
there's 5 ounces underneath that. So all in all now, we must be pushing on to a good 8 ounces, I reckon.
Then the mechanics of the wand, and then also when you lose connection with a fish. So let's have a little rundown. So here we go. If you keep that there for focus. So there's Kieran's. He likes to go to the effort of doing that, tying the slip D onto the lock hook, size 4.
Yeah.
And then there's the actual hook bait itself. That's an ice cream 14mm pop-up, very buoyant, super buoyant. And then if we work our way up, you've got the kickback links, magic wand, or as the troll on the internet calls it, the scaffold rig. I love it. What a name. We should call it the scaffold rig. And then you've got a deck sled underneath there. And then is that ice cream paste, pilot paste?
Yeah, 50-50 mix.
So Kieran actually came up for the name for this, and he called it jaw paste, which is just add water. But we never just add water. We add bits and pieces. But if it does get dry, a little bit of...
Add a bit more water, get it nice and tacky again. Off you go.
Bosh, right, get it back out there, boy. There we go, Ryder's away again.
Into these beds of weeds in a minute.
You're right, you can do this up in the water, up higher. It's up high. we go. There we go. Ball of weeds, side netting of a carp. What size we got? Have we got? Oh. Side swipe. There's a carp in there. There's a Kieran Ryder there. There's a carp in there. We're in. There you go, Vida. A Labrador seal of approval for the rigs, the tactics, and of course, the fishing itself. Let's get, there you go. God, look at that. Looks absolute bruiser.
Properly het up.
Yeah, man, that need to get a picture of that.
It's alright, you look like you just caught a fish.
Thanks,
Puck of the bird. One more carp.
They're
It says cast
they're
there,
on the
but,
right thing as
you know.
well.
No, it's actually smaller than the other one, so bang on £25. Yeah, it's £30 on the L button. Take off the £5 one for the sling. Yeah, 25 and a bit.
Yeah.
Whew!
It's funny, isn't it? It definitely feels heavier, that one. Yeah, good.
Yeah, go find yourself a beautiful female. With this stunner safely returned to its watery home, it was off to OMC field testing land as we worked on our new drone with my chief testing compadre and also a new possible bait delivery system before returning to the lake. It's been a really, really good trip. So sort of 7 bites between us already by Monday. It shows you how well the bait, the tactics are working. Both Kieran and I, because we've been catching mainly male fish, we've both moved over fully to pop-ups. I've got pink ice creams on all of them. Kieran's got a mixture of whites. I think he has got one on a snowman style presentation, but all the others are on pop-ups. There's the OMC pod. Absolute work of art that thing is. We've got the black pearls, 10 footers I use here. When our rod range comes out, you'll realise there is only one test curve per length. So the 10 footer, there'll only be one to choose from, so you can't get yourselves in a kerfuffle. The 12 footer, there's only one test curve, and the 13 footer, there's only one test curve. And then the 1 reels loaded with £15 dance floor, and honestly, when you couple that with the core 3, even in the weed that's building, it is a phenomenal. That dance floor is so durable in heavy weed. It really is. It was made for the job, and on the 1 reels, which are so powerful for the size of them, you know, the retrieve is insane. And when you need winching power, and then the 10-foot black pearl rods, super backbone. Absolutely love the things, and they've already had so much great success. Sorry if you can hear all the acoustics of the family in the background, but that is the vibes. That's looking down to the dam end. There you go. True to a word. Paella, ice cream, OMC pellets with some bait mate crumb. All that's been needed so far. They absolutely love this stuff. They definitely love it on Millhayes. And it's nice to have the underwater footage to back it up as well, having only been here a little while back. The jaw paste. Look, that's the thing. I can add a little bit of water. I made that nice big mix of it at the beginning of the trip, and this will just keep being used. It's a mixture of both the ice cream and the paella jaw paste. So you've got those little nutty fragments, the chilli, the salt, the fish meals, the milk powders. Absolutely, they love it. They really love it. This was made for the job. You'll know I'm pretty obsessed with paste around the lead, and the carp are too. It's a real edge, a proper edge. It's just on dark. Again, just keeping that little Nofton vibe going. Don't think you'll see anything. There's the island. Just some little. Just see if we can get them looking. Really is top notch. You got various of the pellets, and then obviously you see there some of the 18mm ice cream, paella, salts, very important proteins and meat powders that they're gonna definitely glean a lot of goodness from at this time of year.
But I guess the proof is in the pudding, right?
This is a very sharp hook, so be careful. Okay? I'm gonna give this to Gaga. No, Gaga, take it. Put it in the tackle box. There you go. Yeah, but look how pretty this is. Come here, look. Look.
It's yellow.
What's that? Look.
Yellow one.
Yellow one, yeah. Look how pretty it is. Look at the scales on it. Look. These don't grow on trees, mate. Have a look. And then look at Kieran and say, cheese, cheese. Look, a starburst mirror carp. Can you say mirror carp? Say carp then. You can say carp. Want to kiss it? Want to touch it? Not even touch it. Want to kiss Daddy? No? Okay, that'll do. Get a bit, is he running down there? Yep. Is he running? Has he got a bite? Right, you go back. Not the classic close-up returner that you'll normally see. Go on, mate, back to you. Is he in? Yeah. Right, so let that dry. Sweet, I'll go and do the return the honours. Alright there, you'll have to speak up because radio mic's on me, innit? Good boy. We've got a high conversion rate for the weed. 0 losses. Just got to walk back. Surface weed. Just down this side of the man. Corner pearls. Bit of our boilage.
Just come out of the weed.
Lovely. Get to have a proper fight.
What does that feel like?
Oh, is that the fish there? It's just there, you know. Just grabbed that last patch, didn't it? Oh, is that it? Keep thinking I can see fish.
Try and get the net on that, just break that away.
Hang on, I'm gonna do it, yeah. Yeah, Jazz. Give you that. Hold down your friend.
I don't think it's actually that badly in there.
No, you're like, it's just that.
At this point, a sense of deja vu was setting in.
Right, we've got carp right here. Hang on, before it bolts right there. Just wait there, let's come back out. Right there. I think we're going to do this in close. Really gingerly. Actually, it's quite a big one, I think. Or a bigger one. By all means necessary. Well done, Kieran.
Thanks, mate.
Yeah, there it is.
As we like to say, teamwork makes the dream work.
Put you a big femme fatale. Look, they even all hold there. Look at that. There we go. Fish number 6 for Mr. Ryder.
Yeah. 2 on each rod now.
9 as a little couple. I think that's pretty good going for Tuesday morning.
Yeah, definitely.
And also probably not fishing fully hard, drizzling the bait in.
Yeah, a couple of days out.
Keeping the fish coming. That's a lovely, lovely carp. I am going to now get some photographs. What is your parting word this time? One word you're allowed per scene. Just
Yeah.
a raspberry from the Raspberry Ripple, Kieran Ryder. But it was caught on an ice cream, I think, or a paella.
Yeah, ice cream pink this time.
Ice cream pink that makes not the girls wink clearly.
Fishy going back in water. Ronnie, don't fall in. Look, Layla. Fishy going back, look. Watch him.
Who needs music in a video when you have your child's audio?
So, in case I haven't filmed this, I can't remember if I showed you. You can hear again family commentary in the background. So it is now 14mm pink ice screamers. Look at how you can tell these are sample packaging. Look at that. They've had a right old beating over the last quite a long period now. Even that digital packaging. I'll keep that because look, a little bit spiritual like that. That's like the digital packaging. I'll probably keep this tub forever. The same as this. This is the original blend tungsten putty tub because Kieran said to me, "God, that looks mad how that's bleeded out." I was like, "That's the original printed sample." So same sort of affection for the bait, and then you've got the kickback links there. So it's just there. These are super buoyant. These pop-ups, really, really buoyant. So I have added a bit of the blend putty to the dog bone Ronnie clip, and then of course the magic wand, the lead yet to be wrapped in paste. There's the screen for the child to tell you about that. But they really, really important with the weedy battles. The wand take away its your doubts about its efficiency in a fishing situation in converting more pickups to hooked fish. But in these big balls of weed, that keeping the hook in, oh my God, doesn't pick up weed, but boy does it keep the hook in heavy weed. Incredible. We're only in, aren't we? Gonna have to get the missus. Let's get on the cameras. Here we go, get a bit of me. I don't even know if it is on me, but there you go. Got it? I've got a wind. So this could be the last fish of the trip.
Where's your net?
Don't worry about the net, I'll sort that out. That's my artistry. Tell you what you could do. I'll give you my head torch, Tim. You shine that head torch on me around this area, right? Yeah. Give your daughter a nice area to see.
Yeah.
And when the fish comes in close,
Yeah.
obviously I can't see a lot at the moment, maybe just shine it slightly off me. Oh, listen to that. Oh, fish jumping, fish rolling. It's like a scene out of Pirates of the Caribbean. If only my daughter that wasn't asleep now could see this. This is where it turns out to be. Oh, it's gone in weed now. So it's going to stop making noises. There. See, I left them out. The old wise dog left them out. Tim, you remember when you said? I said it was a time to while them out. So I hadn't actually redone these rods for 24 and a bit hours. I'd say nearly 30 hours they've been out. And out the blue, one ripped off just as I got into the sleeping bag. Now you'll need to shine there, look. Leave me there, just shine the torch. I need to see the carp. You stop there. The carp is not there, it's not in that ball, he's behind it. Right. So let go of the net. I don't need any netting help. Just shine the torch. That's quite a big common. Can you see that?
Yeah.
I need to do this very carefully. I need to not let it know it's been netted and go like that. Whoa. Is it still in?
Yeah.
Yes. Woo! That was a bit of Hamidi chirology. Did you see that? You were going to go for the other patch, weren't you?
No. Oh yeah.
Yeah, you thought it was in the other patch. Look, that's a nice common. Look at that. Can you see it, Em?
Mhm.
That's what we've been waiting for. One of them. A big chunky monkey. Woohoo! That's what the wily dog does. He hangs it out there. The ice cream. Oh, that looks quite big. Big shoulders. It was long, wasn't it? Oh. No, it's not the beast. We thought it might be. Let's have a look. A Carmen. A sneaky little Carmen. Cheeky little thing. Sight for sore eyes, look at this. Absolutely nailed. Never coming off. It's going to need a double plucker. And it didn't get rid of the ice cream, look. How's it smell? So nice. So nice. It's been out there so long. It's getting bigger. It's got bigger on me.
29.7, 29.9.
So disappointing. I thought we'd nailed it.
Stick it back.
Stick it back. Here we go. Let's get some pictures. Let's celebrate this 10 carp haul. OMC 10 carp haul in a short space of time. We've got a little bucket there with water. Calm down, you silly sausage. You must calm down. There you go. What a trip. Millhayes massive family, Kieran Ryder, Jazz Ryder, and of course, our very own Vida. Vida, the new renegade. I think they should call this carp Vida. What a carp, what a place. Love it. And I really need a fart, but I'm not going to do it right now. There you go. I didn't fish the final night, but Kieran did, taking our tally from not only 10, but up to 12. Good here, isn't it?
Beautiful. Sun is shining, carp on the mat, lovely.
Time for home, but what a trip. Mr. Ryder, not riding on a carp saddle, but smiling.
Yeah, smiling. Not saying much, but always smiling.
That's it, back onto the spreadsheets. Hope you learnt a little bit. We didn't go too technical, but you got a little bit of technical taste. Slip D?
Yeah, same as all week, yeah.
Yeah, pop up?
Yeah. Ice cream pink again.
Ice cream pink.
I think it was five on pink, 3 on white in the end.
There you go, pink's rule. As we have found so far on our Millhayes, all my Millhayes trips. Pink seems to be the one on this particular venue with a little bit of punch, just like Kieran Ryder.